What if the secret stories your mind tells itself while you sleep could be captured, reconstructed, and played back like a film? What if your most private, fleeting visions, your dreams, could be made visible to the world, pulled from the shadows of your subconscious by a machine that doesn't sleep and never forgets? It sounds like a premise for dystopian fiction, but in laboratories around the world, this future is taking shape, and at the heart of it all is a simple, unsettling idea. I can now see your dreams. The first glimpse, Kyoto's dream researchers. The journey began in earnest in 2013 at Kyoto University, where a team of neuroscientists and computer scientists set out to answer an age-old question: can we read dreams? Their approach was both simple and radical. Volunteers would enter an MRI scanner, electrodes pressed gently to their heads. As soft white noise filled the room, they drifted into sleep. Each time a subject entered REM sleep, when the mind is most vivid, most alive with dreams, an alarm would sound, waking them up. What did you see? The researchers would ask. Sometimes it was a tree, a face, a key. Sometimes something stranger, a city floating above the ocean, a door that led to nowhere. The researchers meticulously cataloged these reports, then trained algorithms to match fMRI patterns, those intricate waves of brain activity, to the words and images described. The results were both blurry and miraculous. When the AI tried to reconstruct what someone had seen, the images were hazy, like looking at a painting through foggy glass. Blobs hinted at trees, shadows suggested faces. Yet in these ghostly outlines, something extraordinary was happening. The first glimmer of a machine translating the language of dreams. The dream painter. AI meets imagination. For a while, the progress was slow, but then in the early 2020s, everything changed. Generative AIs like DALL-E exploded onto the scene, capable of rendering fantastical images from mere text prompts. Researchers asked, could we feed the signals from a dreaming brain directly into these engines? Could we move beyond categories, a tree, a face, and let the AI paint the dream itself? The early experiments were mesmerizing and a little bit terrifying. Now the AI didn't just guess what you saw, it conjured it. A dream of running through a forest became a swirling tableau of green and gold, with shapes shifting in impossible ways. A nightmare about falling turned into a cascade of twisting staircases, melting into the sky. But something new was happening too. The AI, trying to interpret the chaos of the brain, would sometimes invent details, an extra face in the background, a color that wasn't there, a door that led somewhere the dreamer had never been. The line between what the subject actually dreamed and what the AI imagined became beautifully, eerily blurry. The volunteer, a night in the machine. Imagine for a moment that you are the volunteer. You lie on the cold table, the MRI humming softly. As you close your eyes, you can't help but wonder, what will they see? You drift off, and your mind begins its nightly journey. You're walking through a city, but the buildings are made of glass and the streets are rivers. You look down and see your childhood home reflected in the water. Suddenly, you're falling, and the world turns upside down. Colors swirl, faces appear and vanish, and then a jolt. You're awake. The researchers ask you to describe what you saw, but your words feel inadequate. Then they show you what the AI reconstructed from your brain scans. On the screen, a city of glass, shimmering with impossible reflections. A river winding through impossible streets. Faces, blurry but familiar. It's your dream, and yet not quite. It's as if a stranger has watched your private movie and then tried to remake it, frame by frame. You feel exposed, unsettled, and strangely fascinated. Whose dream is this really? Yours or the machine's? The new uncanny, when AI dreams for us. This is the promise and peril of AI dream decoding. The technology is advancing rapidly, but it's not simply a mirror. It is an interpreter, a translator, a creator. Sometimes it reveals truths about ourselves we might have hidden. Sometimes it invents entirely new stories, merging our subconscious with its own synthetic imagination. Can AI ever truly see our dreams, or is it simply generating its own, based on the patterns it finds in our brains? What if it starts to see desires we don't want to admit, or nightmares we've tried to forget? The more powerful the technology becomes, the more urgent the questions. If a machine can reconstruct your dreams, who owns them? Can your most private thoughts be hacked, recorded, sold? Could governments or corporations use this to mine your mind for secrets? Or could it be used for good, to help us understand mental illness, to heal trauma, to unlock creativity? Facing the future, the ethics of AI dreaming. As dream decoding moves from blurry outlines to vivid, immersive images, the ethical dilemmas multiply. Is there such a thing as mental privacy when a machine can read your sleeping mind? Could dream decoding become a tool for manipulation or even surveillance? Or is this a door to new understanding, a chance to explore the deepest corners of our psyche, to finally see the stories we tell ourselves when no one is watching? For now, the technology is still in its infancy, limited by the fuzziness of our scans and the imperfections of our algorithms. But the trajectory is clear. AI is learning to read and dream in ways that feel both wondrous and terrifying. The final question. So, as you close your eyes tonight, ask yourself, if AI could see your dreams, would you want to watch them too? And what if someone else could watch them, your secrets, your hopes, your fears, projected on a screen for all to see? I can now see your dreams. Are you ready to see them too?